Alrighty, back at it again. Finished working on my own homework, so I figured I would work more on at it again project. So last time, ended the stream with successfully getting this goddamn space centipede thing to, work properly, and by that I mean like just the basics of it actually being able to. And let me actually. I don't need this anymore. The basics of getting this to move around properly. So when I click start here, I can grab the head and we can move it, and this actually moves quite nicely. It took me quite a bit to program that, but it also turns really well too. You can even like have it kind of flick out, which is super cool. I'm really happy with how this turned out actually. I think one thing I'd like to work on is this right here, like it falling behind a little bit, which looks really cool, and it'll probably only be moving like that fast, something like that. But I think I'd like to mess with those values a little bit, and I shouldn't have to do any more programming. I did the hard part of this. I think now it's adjusting values. So let's increase this force by distance multiplier. So the further away these are, the more force will be added towards each joint, essentially, if that makes sense. What the fuck? Oh, okay. That's because I'm not moving the head. I was like, what? Yeah, so that's actually a little better already. You know, it almost feels like when I'm moving it like diagonal, they're kind of like, yeah, they're kind of up a little bit, and I think that's because of the momentum. It's giving them momentum, and then they have to kind of jolt back down. It's not necessarily bad. That's something I'm just noticing. I love when you like push it back too. It kind of, that's just so cool. I'm so proud of that. Anyway, what the hell happens if I put like 200 on this? I know this is probably going to break it, but I just am curious. Now I get to actually mess with what I did. Oh, wow. Okay, well, it makes it super stiff is what it does. So that's not what we want. But that's cool that we can do that if we want to. So I guess we just kind of need to find a balance. Let's see what 100 looks like, you know? It's just going to be messing with some values, making sure it's still flowy. Okay, a little more rigid than I'd like it to be still. They stay together better, though. I could change the distance based on its rotation, like this intensity based on how it's rotating, potentially. But let's just keep messing with this and see if we can find a happy medium. Let's see what 50 does. That's actually not bad. I don't mind that spacing, actually. I think that looks cool. Maybe, like, a little bit less? Let's try 40. 40 might be our sweet spot. Maybe even like 35. I think we'll settle for 35 right now, probably. It's looking good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that looks great. Okay, so now the easier part is actually adding just, well, the movement of the head. So, although this is going to be a bit different, right? Because here's the thing. What I've been doing, right, with like the asteroids, for instance, right? It's just moving around like this. The problem is, if we do that with the head, right? If we just move it around like this, then it's going to be doing that. We actually want it to be changing its rotation, right? So instead of giving it random values for, oh, moving right, moving left, up, down, Instead, what I think I'm going to do is apply constant force forward, and instead give it a random rotational values, and that's how it will change. So, like, I think that will be what I want to do. What happened here? Why is the... Hold on. Go back. Oh, God, what's happening? Wait, hold on. 35. What? Sorry, what? How? Oh, this is broken. Cool, I broke it. Awesome. I was like... Can you... There we go. Jeez, I don't know how that happened, but cool. So anyway, let's go back into our bug movement here. We're going to close these arrays. Oh, excuse me. So, this right here, we're actually going to put this in a function. Let's go ahead and create void joint management. We're going to grab all of this code here, move it down into joint management, and let's then call this in the update, and let's make sure that that's not causing any problems. It shouldn't. But it's always good to test it before it breaks after you've done a bunch of other stuff, and then you can't tell what it was that broke it. Wrong one. Cool. We're good. So, that's our joint management there. Let's go ahead and create a new function, and we'll call this random movement. Awesome. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a, we'll do an integer. We'll do int, and we'll call this rand ID. And it's going to be equal to random dot range between, we'll do 1 and, how many directions? Hold on. It can either, this will be its rotation. This is going to be interesting, actually, because instead of direction, there's a bunch of rotations, but we can have it specific. So let's have it facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 and 9, basically. So there's going to be 8 different ways it can face, right? And it can rotate between those 8 points. I think that's how I'm going to do it. And then we're going to do a switch statement, and we're going to be checking rand ID. Case 1, I am being called. Give me a sec. Okay, I know this, I've only been streaming for like 8 minutes, but apparently I have to go, so that's unfortunate. But we'll go ahead and add this in. I might have this done before I stream next time, so yeah, oops, I did not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There doesn't need to be 9. Anyway, see ya. Sorry.